California MBA DE&I podcast. My name is Tai Christensen, and I am the co-founder and president for Arrive Home. Arrive Home is a national affordable housing program that aims to increase homeownership within low to moderate income individuals and underserved communities through our down payment assistance programs and our non-traditional credit programs. Thanks so much for joining us today. As always, first, I want to thank our sponsor, PCV Mercor. PCV Mercor is a nationwide real estate valuations management company. We appreciate your continued sponsorship and support of this podcast. As most of you know, I've been the host of this podcast for the last year. I've thoroughly enjoyed each and every episode, and I have interviewed some incredible people that have shared their passion for advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion, not just throughout the housing industry, but throughout our country's workforce. Today, I am honored to pass the torch to Dr. Stacey Wayman, who will be our new podcast host for 2024. Dr. Stacey Wayman is Manager of Client Digital Experience at National Mortgage Insurance Company. She's been a member of the California MBA for the last 2 years, and she serves on the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion program at her company, which she chairs. She's also the current president of Rotary International, a global network of neighbors, friends, and leaders that volunteer their resources to address community needs. She's an advocate for advancement of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we are thrilled to have her as our new host. So Stacey, welcome.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here, Ty.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I grew up in the Midwest in a very small town and got into the banking industry and lending industry the same way a lot of folks say that they do, kind of by default. I met a lobbyist is how I ended up in the industry. And from the start, I've been passionate about creating opportunity for the individual communities I've served. I've lived in 6 different states, a variety of different size cities within those states, and held positions that were retail customer facing, behind the scenes, and business development. But the goal has always been to find ways for everyone to feel like they belong. They belong in the communities where they live, they belong in the industries where they work, and certainly they can feel that they belong in a way to be a homeowner and to really have a stake in the wealth that they can build for themselves and their families.
Oh, I love that. And it's so great that you've got such a wide range of experience living in many different diverse communities across our country. That's going to be a wealth of information you're going to bring to the podcast. Speaking of which, why did you want to be the host?
Well, first of all, you set a very high bar, Ty. So I'm just going to say that. But I'm so excited about the opportunity to continue building on what you've established in the last year, and certainly to create that environment that helps all of us feel like we have a stake in this. We should all feel empowered to create and make a difference in our communities. And it starts with each one of us. And sometimes it's just we need a little education. We need to know what's out there. We need to know how we can get involved. And I think that a podcast is a great way to bring some amazing people in our industry and even some people outside of our industry who are doing amazing things that are furthering diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging.
Well, I think that that's so great. You know, it's been since about 2020 where people started making a lot of pledges and commitments to really advancing the work of DE&I. And with, the Supreme Court ruling last year, some of those efforts have been, deflected a little bit and maybe scaled back some. How do you feel this podcast can potentially help to reignite the fire and show people that there is truly still more work to be done to make the workforce more equitable for all genders, races, religions, et cetera?
I really believe that all of us are more alike than we are different. And I think that when we come together and realize that just being good humans, being good to one another, and helping each other to find and to get the things that we don't have that really make a difference in our lives are what each of us can do. And a podcast, for some folks, may seem like a really small way to do it, but it does create an environment and an opportunity and a community to pull together and help others to achieve their American dream.
Oh, I love that, Stacey. And as everyone can tell, you're going to be an incredible host. So I say thank you for accepting the challenge of being the 2024 CMBA DE&I podcast host. And I want to say thank you to everyone that has been with me for the last year. It was the best part about my job for the last 12 months was doing these interviews and meeting such incredible people, and I'm so excited for you to have the same opportunity.
Thank you so much, Ty. You know that I'm going to be calling on you a lot.
Please do. And from me for the final time, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next month with Stacey. Bye, everyone.
Take good care.